Morning, gang. It's Friday the 25th. No, Thursday. It's Thursday the 25th of August 2016. Good morning to you. Hope you're well this morning. Now, I'm here this morning, really, because I couldn't get in the swimming pool today. Oh, no. Well, apparently, so I get there, and whenever the swimming pool is closed, I go to the Hilton, just up the road there, the Hilton, and I go most mornings, Monday to Friday, okay? And I got up there, and there's a sign on the door, sorry, pool closed until tonight, right? Which usually means, I hate to tell you this, boys and girls, if you're a swimmer, this usually means that someone has had a little accident in the pool, usually a child. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I'm sorry, boys and girls, children using swimming pools should be placed in a sealed plastic bag, doubled up several times, 2 or 3 sealed plastic bags, and then allowed to float for a while, moving their arms, and when they finish, you can remove them from the bag and take them home again. Because the trouble is, children do stuff in swimming pools, don't they? Now, you may not realise this. Now, anyway, so apparently I said, has someone been sick in the pool? She said, yeah, I'm afraid so. Won't be open till later. So I still went in there and, of course, used all the facilities, boys and girls. Oh, yes. Now, I kind of looked at some of the gym machines as I walked through and thought, oh, shall I try something? And I thought, no, I can't be doing... Gym bores me to tears. I've tried it 4 times and I just get so bored lifting those stupid little bits of metal up and down, and you've got to make the noises as well. You've got to make noises as well, like the blokes in there. Like they do. As they drop these little metals down. And then there's old Cyril. Cyril's a regular down there. He's on the old... he was on the rowing machine this morning. Shh. Now, out of all... I'm not a fan of any of the gym equipment. But out of all of them, I think the rowing machine has got to be my least favourite. I mean, it's painful. Have you ever been on a rowing machine? God's sake. So I don't like that. Eventually, I went in and I had a shower. And I've had a little shave. Look at this. Look at me, all clean. Somehow, I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't see it now. It's recovered. The hole has closed. It had to, because there were no... Anyway, the hole has closed where there was a little cut there. Somehow I managed to cut myself up there with the razor. Now, I don't understand these razors, right? I buy them now from Aldi because they're much cheaper. Okay, razors are much cheaper from Aldi, but they don't seem to last 2 or 3 months, and you have to change another blade. Why is that? I mean, you know me, I'm one to get my money's worth, and I will use that blade until it rips my face to pieces. We can't be changing blades every 2 minutes. God's sake, don't you dare buy a Gillette or a Wilkinson. Have you seen how much they are now? I was in the supermarket the other day, and I think they had a pack of 5 razors or something for 30 quid. 30 quid for a pack of razors. I mean, what planet are these people on? They can't sell that many of them, can they? Not that I'm one to moan. So as I got into the pool today, Trevor says, oh, I'm really sorry, Chris. I said, please don't apologise to me, because I am never one to moan. I'm not one that complains to high heaven to get something for nothing. I do know someone like that whose name will not be revealed on this programme. It's not going to be revealed on this programme. Oh, by the way, I've done a couple of things to the show. Before I go back to the story, a couple of things to the show. I've moved. There's 2 cameras. There's one up there and one down there. So I've moved it now. They were next to each other, and now one is below the other. But I'm concerned that you think I'm not looking at you now. I'm looking at the bottom one, which is recording. There's a top one as well. Now, does it not look like I'm not looking at you anymore? Does it kind of look like I'm looking down on you? Which I wouldn't do. Unless you told me that you flew in economy class on Ryanair. Then I would look down on you. I would look down on you. So I've done that. And I've also done something to the main computer that carries the live show, because I got a reply from that nice man who writes the software, who suggested trying a couple of different things. So I've done that as well. So a couple of little changes I've done to the live show this morning. So back to the swimming pool, and then I'll read some of your messages. They're pouring in this morning, aren't you? Good morning. Why aren't you out there enjoying the sunshine? You're just sitting there staring at your little screens. Why? There is no entertainment value here. Do you know, I wish I put some socks on. I've got my I'm actually sockless. It looks good up here, I know, but down there I've just got a pair of old shorts on. You know, crusty old shorts on my bum, sitting here talking to you. Yeah, so I went in the swimming pool, had my shower, came out again, and that was it. And here I am talking to you. So that's why I'm here this morning. Now, I've got to tell you, what do you think happens when there is a little accident in the swimming pool? In the swimming pool, you know, when unconcerned parents let their children swimming that pool up and down, completely unsealed, not in plastic bags or anything. You know, they let them go in there almost naked, other than their little swimming costumes. What do you think happens when they have that accident? Eh? Do you think they change the water? You know, do you think they pull a big plug out the bottom and all the water goes out like that? Do you think that's what happens? And then for the next hour, you know, some old codger comes along with hose, puts it in there and turns the tap on and waits 3 hours for the blooming thing to think. Do you think that's what happens? Oh, no. Oh, no. What they do is they get whichever sort of waste product it is from some child's body, right? Whichever waste product it is, they've got like a large fishing net. It's no use screwing your face up like that. Oh, by the way, something's arrived from Amazon, which I'll show you in a minute. They've got this large fishing net thing, okay, and they fish out the offending item. Now, this could be a diamond ring that someone has lost in the pool. I wonder how many of those they find. I bet they find jewellery. All these women come in there, don't they, dear? You know, they can't possibly take the jewellery off. Then they lose it. £50,000 diamond ring in the bottom of the swimming pool. Why have I never stepped on one of those? Anyway, do you think they change that water? No, darling, no. What they do is up the chlorine level, and this is why you can't go in it, you see. They remove the offending item with a large fishing net, okay? They dispose of that, presumably in another one of those sealed plastic bags, and then they up the chlorine level quite substantially to the point where it's dangerous for you to go in it. Then they leave that there for a period of time. Don't know how long it is. This will kill anything that's in the pool, possibly even you. And then they let the chlorine level, I think, die down naturally. And they keep testing it, you know, one of those testing kits. Now, talking of testing kits, I've found something on this morning on Wowcher I'm going to tell you about coming up in the show, all right? It's all coming up. And birthdays as well. The birthdays are coming up as well, don't worry. So they wait for that to go down. They keep testing the water. And then when it's at the correct level, I have no idea what that is, you know, 1 part to 10 million or something like that. When it's at the correct level, hello, the swimming pool is open again. But they haven't changed the water. Okay, yeah, there's nothing floating around in there anymore, unless they've missed something. You maybe a small nugget somewhere floating in the pool that they've missed. Keep your bloody mouth shut when you're in that pool, I'm telling you now. So no, they don't change the water. They simply sterilise it, and then they let you back in again. Now, you remember next time you go. And if you think that's bad enough, ever go in the sea? Ever swim around in the sea? Do you know the pipes of effluent that are pouring out into our seas at the moment? But do not go in the sea. For God's sake, man. Are you mad? Don't go in the sea. I have personally ordered a small inflatable swimming pool for my garden, which I shall be inviting young lads round to have pool parties. And the girls come as well. You can all come round. Pool parties, that's what we want here. Complete with cups of tea and cake. No alcohol, we don't do alcohol. Let's do your messages this morning. Good morning, boys and girls. Let's have a look. What have we got today? Oh, it's not refreshing. There it is. Now, I start at the bottom. Good morning to Claire Norton. Morning, Claire. Morning, Claire. Good morning to Adam. Adam the plumber is in the house. Are you on the job this morning, Adam? How did your washing machine installation go today? The other day. Hope you did it all right. Shania, good morning to Shania on the Isle of Wight. William is in Sydney, Australia. Good morning, William. Andy Henley, hello, sir. A flying visit from Andy. Where are you off to, Sen? Ashley's with us this morning. Morning, Ashley. My friend Ashley. Good morning to the lovely Carl Rex Mawson, who still has not appeared at my karaoke. He goes to others, but he won't come to mine. He won't come to mine, will you, Carl? I'm hurt, dear. Good morning to Terry H. Morning, Terry H. Up in Leeds, up to North, home of Yorkshire Television. Da, 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 da. Morning, Terry. Mornings of Vectis. Don't you use a cutthroat? What, one of those knives? Oh, no, I don't. Oh, no, they frighten me. They even frighten... You know when they get them up at the hairdressers or the barber's shop, and they get that thing, don't they? They get, I don't know, it's like a long thing. And then they always use a new blade because we don't want blood infections from other people. You probably wouldn't want mine either, come to think of it, but there we are. You take this little razor out, and they put it in there, and they... Oh, no. No. You know, I mean, if the hairdresser didn't like you, it wouldn't take long, would it? You know, he could be just doing, okay, right. And that's it. End of your life. Please don't ask for cutthroat. I can't afford to lose viewers. We got few enough as it is. So, no, I don't use a cutthroat razor. I really would cut myself up there. Yes. Let me have it up. Ah, Wendy's there as well. Good morning, Wendy. Wendy is a Barry Manilow correspondent. Now, talking of correspondence, let me see if I can find this bit of paper here. Is it here? Oh, just a minute. Just a minute, because I've been meaning to do this for days now. Is it there? No. Is it there? No. Just a moment. This is so unrehearsed. 1 minute. Oh, here it is. It's here. Here. Look, these are the sort of notes that I have. Look. Right, now talking of correspondence, I think we need correspondence for various different things, okay? We already have Wendy, our Barry Manilow correspondent. We already have Mr. Johnny Key, who is now our news gatherer. Our news gatherer. He sends me in little stories to read out. It comes along in a little plastic pouch. Where is it now? Have I got my plastic? I might have chucked the plastic. Oh, by the way, Johnny, do you want the plastic pouches back? I meant to ask you that. No, I think I've taken them out of the pouch and chucked that. Oh, here's one. It involves bending down. I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'm so frightened to bend down and put me back out again, which is doing very well. I'm not actually in pain. I'm scared to bend down now. The back, incidentally, is not doing too badly as well. I can now do everything I was doing, although I'm very concerned with trying to lift something, and I'm frightened to bend over. There is a slight... It doesn't feel right yet, but it's much better now, you know. Now, these are little pouches. Look, he puts a little label on there. It says Chris. Look at that. And these are pouches, and he puts in all these news stories that I read out to you. I do some of my own as well, of course, but Johnny's been doing that. So that's Wendy doing the Barry Manilow, Johnny Key doing the news correspondence. I think Adam the plumber, we're going to make Adam the plumber head of technical questions and ideas, because he often comes out with little ideas and things like that for the show. Now... Who else do we need? What other correspondent type things do we need? By the way, we can open the phone lines as well now. Just a moment. Let me open lines. There we go. Phone lines are now open. Operators are standing by to receive your calls this morning, boys and girls. 020-8144-3477 is the phone number if you want to use the phone. Or if you've got Skype, you can Skype in as well. My Skype username is, all one word, United Kingdom Talk. Perhaps you've had a little accident in a swimming pool that you want to tell us about. Did you tell the people around the pool, or did you just leave quickly? I want to know about it this morning. Ring up and tell me. 020-8144-3477 if you want to make a call this morning, all right? I have to keep an eye on the screen as well, because that's where the calls come up. Anything happening? No, nothing yet. Right, so we've got I've already selected other people for various jobs within the United Kingdom Talk network. Kiki D has just offered to become mental health correspondent. I like that. Mental health correspondent. Oh, we got a call. Just a moment. And good morning to Adam the plumber.
Good morning, Mr. Chris Reardon.
How are you, Adam? All right?
I'm very well, thank you. Just going down a very dark staircase at the moment at the back of Brighton Station.
It's very echoey where you are. Oh, William, I see William's trying to call. I can only do one call at a time, William. So if you just hang around until Adam's finished, you won't be too long. You won't be more than 5 minutes, will you, Adam, dear?
Yeah, good morning. You all right, dear?
Was you there when Ross Patzout called in the other night, and he talked for about he goes on and on and on, and he talked for about 20 minutes, and I said, well, I've got to go now, and he said, oh, well, I'll go then, and he was offended because I cut him after 20 minutes. I'm sorry, when people become boring, I have to cut them off. Now I've got a new method of telling you, subtly, when you become boring, which saves the embarrassment of me having to say, I'm sorry you've become boring, I'm going to cut you off. Would you like to know what that is?
Go on then, what is it?
Well, I made a small purchase from eBay. I beg your pardon, from Amazon. One-click ordering the other day. And yesterday it arrived. So in future, if you suddenly hear and see this... then it means you've become boring.
Gotcha.
And you must hang up immediately. No, Adam, on a serious note, I've always wanted one of these. And it was only 10 quid. Look at it. It's not as heavy as it looks. It's, it wouldn't be brass, would it? But there's the inside. It's got a little clapper. I love it. Is that loud?
Yeah, I can hear it.
No, the funny thing is, I've got this idea now, because there is a primary school quite close to me.
Yep.
I can actually see it out of my window. And when they come out for playtime... No, wait for it. When they come, they generally come out once in the morning, then lunchtime, and then I think they come out once in the afternoon as well. Once in the afternoon, right? Right, now, my thinking is, if I can hear them, then surely they'd be able to hear me. So, I'll wait till they go out in the... I'm going to wait till they go out in the playground, wait 5 minutes, and then start ringing this. Because I can hear their bell. I can hear their bell from there. And then they'll all start going in, won't they?
You'll have to film that. That has got to be filmed.
Oh, no. No, you can't be filming them. Oh, you're filming my kids. Why are you filming my kids? Why are you taking bits of them? No, you can't film that. But I'll let you know what happened. I will do it. I'll wait till they've come out to planet. And then watch them all starting to queue up to go in. And the teachers won't know what's happening.
Very good.
Oh, dear me. That'll be a bit of a laugh, won't it?
It will be.
What's new?
So, Chris,
how did you...
The reason
Yes.
Yeah, go on, sorry.
No, you're cool. Go on.
No, I was ringing in to see how Katie the cat was doing.
Katie the cat, I'm pleased to inform you. So at 11 o'clock yesterday, so I took the cat in yesterday at 8:30, as you well know.
Yep.
At about 11 o'clock, the phone rang, and it was the vet, and she rung up with my estimate, with the estimate of the cost. This was at about 11 o'clock. Now, she is having her teeth cleaned. How much do you think the estimate for the teeth cleaning went?
140.
140 quid?
Yeah.
Oh, just a moment. I'll tell you what we'll do. One moment. I know what we'll do. Just a minute, Adam. Stay there. I've got to fire something up on my computer now. It won't. Or this. Do you know what I'm going to... You don't know what I'm going to do you now?
I know what you're going to do, yeah.
What am I going to do?
You're going to play the Price is Right thing.
Almost. Right, here we go. You ready? So you're saying 140 quid, yeah?
The survey says...
No, it's higher than 140. Higher or lower?
Higher.
Nope, higher. Higher than 140. Oh, it's 200. Is it higher or lower than 200?
Oh, lower.
Lower than 200? Oh! Boo! Incorrect.
Ah.
Incorrect. You've lost the game, dear.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you've lost the game. Hang on, let me turn you back up there. That's better. So, the quote I had, the approximate cost estimate she gave me on the phone to have a cat's teeth cleaned was £350.
Oh, my goodness gracious me.
When she said that on the floor, I nearly fell. I said, how much? She said, well, it's 350 is the estimate. I said, why is that so high? Because she's an old cat. 350 quid to have your teeth. I mean, it's outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. Now, it gets better. It gets better. It gets better. So that was at 11 o'clock. Presumably, they tell you this before they start the, would you call it an operation? I don't know.
The procedure.
Thank you, a procedure. That's what I had. I had a procedure. Do you remember that a few months ago at my bottom? Do you remember with the camera?
Yes.
I did try and get the film of that to show you, viewers, but unfortunately it wasn't released. I was hoping to show you the inside of me, but it's not going to come, I'm afraid. Anyway, back to the cat story, dear. So that was at 11 o'clock. At 20 past 11, so it's 20 minutes, right? She rung up, and she said to me, good news, because they were concerned, because of her age, that she wasn't going to come around from the anaesthetic, which is quite possible in elderly little cats and dogs, I suppose, as well.
That's right,
so she rings up 20 minutes later. Good news, Mr. Reardon. We've done the teeth, all clean and polished, looking really nice. And she's come straight round from the anaesthetic with no problems whatsoever. We'll give her something to eat. And then you could probably come and pick her up round about 4 o'clock, hopefully, if all goes well. We just want to check that she eats something a little bit later as well. Okay, thank you very much. So I put the phone down. And I thought, well, you rang me at 11, and it's now 20 past. And that's going to cost 350 quid for 20 minutes bloody work. I mean, I know I'm quite well paid as a DJ, but Jesus Christ. 350 quid to clean teeth.
Yeah, well, see, this is the problem, Chris, because they are our loved ones, they're sort of our children. We don't really mind what we pay for them, do we?
Well, we don't. But, I'm lucky. I can pay that. But there's plenty of people out that, I can't afford that. So what the other alternative is, don't you? Well, actually, probably not for teeth cleaning, but, certainly for certain operations and things like that. That is the other alternative. But when I got there, so then I went to Waitrose. Went to Waitrose after that. I did a bit of shopping in there, and Danny, the manager, was on the not the self-service checkout, the scanning, the scanner checkout. In Waitrose we've got scanners.
Self-scan,
So he was there. So I was telling him this story. And I said, you want to start selling cat toothbrushes in the I said, you will do a roaring trade. I should start at about 50 quid for a pack of 3. I reckon you'll get loads of them, loads of offers for that. Cat cleaning toothbrushes or something like that. So I did that, and then when I went to pick her up at 4 o'clock, actually, the price I was charged was £271.
Ah, that's good. So I brought it down a bit for you.
Well, I mean, it only sounds better because 10 minutes ago, when I started this conversation with you, I told you it was 350. That's the only reason 271 sounds good. Maybe that's why they do it. That's why they do it. That's why. So they say it's going to be 350. Oh, right. So we're making think it's not that much, and we say it's 270, which, of course, compared to 350, 271 doesn't sound like much. But if they said 271 in the first place, well, my God, how much?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, if you take a sort of human IV sedation at the dentist, that's 125. Because I'm one of these people that cannot stand the dentist. Because I had a bad experience when I was a child.
Me neither.
And have to be sedated. And that's £125 a shot.
What was your bad experience? What happened?
Basically got stabbed by a needle, and then the dentist was very old and antiquated and didn't sort of take any sort of ouch, ooch, that hurts.
What did you say happened with the needle?
He injected me with a needle, which hurt.
Yes.
Obviously been into the gun. This is when I was quite young.
Yes.
To do work on the tooth. And he was quite elderly, the dentist, and he sort of didn't get the injection in, so he didn't really numb it. And then he started pulling the tooth out without the...
Oh, my word.
So, of course, it completely put me off dentist for years.
Of course. I bet you didn't go for ages.
No, not for about 10 years. And then I sort of plucked up the courage. And still we can do your IV sedation, and I've had that ever since.
Is that... No, because you've had a lot of problem with your teeth. Is that because you didn't go to the dentist for 10 years?
That's right, yeah. That's part of the reason, yeah. That was part of the reason.
So what have you got now? Dentures or what? Or those screw-in things?
I've got 3 original top teeth and a denture plate.
Right.
Which actually I've got to go back to the dentist and get changed because the dentist I used, not being funny, but he could hardly speak English.
Yeah, I mean, well, this is the thing. I mean, you're going to speak decent English to understand what you're going to have done. It's the same with the doctors, you know.
Basically, they've done all the fitting for the plate. You know, they made the mould for the plate and everything else.
Yeah.
And I would say total time over the 5 visits that I did would be about 20 minutes.
Gosh.
That's literally putting it's like a putty in the mouth, setting it for 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, I had that.
Out.
I had that when I had the braces on my teeth when I was there. So I hated it. I hated it. I had all the metal stuff around there and everything like that. Oh, it's dreadful, dreadful. But yeah, I see what you're doing. Could you consider, or is it a very enormous cost? I keep hearing them advertised on the radio. I think they're called Daywood and Tanner, and they've got they kind of screw them into your jaw. Is that a very expensive? That sounds probably very expensive.
It probably is quite expensive. I mean, the plate itself, as an NHS patient, I had to pay $200 towards the plate, and it doesn't actually fit. Even though it looks good to look at cosmetically, I can't actually eat with it or anything like that. I actually have to physically take it out because most plates that would get made actually lock into the mouth via suction. Very rarely do you have to use a sort of glue or a paste to hold them in. But these ones are so loose that you would need a denture fix to hold them, and that stuff is just vile.
Well, then they must have made them wrong. Why didn't you take them back?
Yeah. Well, I was going to, but do you know what, Chris? I just had so much aggravation with this dentist that I'm not going to go back there again. I'm just going to find a new dentist. And
cut your losses and go elsewhere. I understand.
Cut my losses, yeah. Because I know I'm going to go back there. I'm going to get exactly the same problem because they said, because when I had them fitted, I said, they're loose. He said, your gums will adjust to it. And of course, they don't, you know. No. And then I was speaking to my mum about it, and she said, well, actually, I've got a plate, and I don't need any sort of fixing at all. Mine just clips straight in, and that's it. They're in.
Yeah, so, I've known many people with dentures over the years, and no one seemed to have really had a problem. My mum, I'm not taking a mick out of her. You understand that? Yeah?
No.
But my mum used to have them, and never seemed to be a problem, except when she yawned.
Mm-hmm. And then they fall out, yeah.
Bless you, Mum. Please forgive me for telling people this. But when she would yawn, the top ones would just...
Drop down, yeah.
No, I don't want to tell you because I feel disrespectful now to my mum.
No.
When she
I know,
would yawn...
I know what it's like. It's like that's why I don't sing power ballads anymore because... I'm frightened that I'll hit a top note and scream it out, and out will fly the dentures.
Well, when she used to yawn, the top teeth would drop down. Simply.
Mine do exactly the same.
I'm very lucky. I've got all my own teeth here, so I'm very lucky with it. Well, I haven't been to the dentist for nearly a year. I just forget to make the appointment. I simply forget to make the appointment, unfortunately, when it comes round to that. So there we are.
Yeah.
Did your washing machine installation, did that go all right?
Yep, that all went well, and put in a new power supply for it as well because the lead wasn't long enough to reach power supplies in age.
Oh, honestly, they give you, all these appliances, and even the Hoovers. Now, the last Hoover I bought a Hoover, if you see what I mean, rather than a Dyson, because the Dyson are like 400 bloody quid for a Hoover.
Exactly. There's no
so
need for it.
I built a Hoover, which is perfectly all right, except that the lead is shorter. You know, so now, instead of, you plug it in one and do the whole house, now you're going to keep moving the plug to other sockets.
Yeah, that's it.
What was the other? There was...
I'd buy yourself one of those lawnmower, the little lawnmower plugs. It's like a long, thin plug.
Yes,
got
something
three
like that.
prongs together. Chop the plug off and extend it.
Irons seem to be the worst. I mean, they give you you buy an iron and they give you this lead which is like 3 inches long.
I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
And people say to me, "Didn't you iron your shirt?" Well, I said, "Yeah, I ironed that bit, but the lead wouldn't stretch."
Now, before I go, dear, is there any technical questions as head of technical at UKT?
Well, I've got no questions for you, but if anyone wants to send one in, I'll be happy to pass it on to you, Adam.
Any plumbing questions? Any any inquiries for plumbing or drainage, or wants to know how things work?
Yes, then send it through and we'll ask Adam the plumber. We need to set up a question and answer. I think we might need a few more viewers until we get to that stage.
Yeah, Q&A. Well, what are we up to now? 13 million?
Well, at the moment, I don't know. I think there's 11 million people watching at the moment, some of which are in Sydney, Australia, and I think he's going to call in a minute. So, Adam, I'm sorry.
Right. Ring that bell. Lovely as always, Chris. I'll speak to you later.
Dare I take this to the karaoke and ring it? No, I better not. No, people will get upset with that one, won't they? Thank you. That's it now. I'll tell you when I could ring it. You know these people that do karaoke songs? Let me just move that around a bit there. Just a minute. There we are. That's moved, isn't it? Why is that moved? Oh, it's the wire. There we are. The wire's pulling it round. These people who do karaoke songs, and they put in songs that are like 8 minutes long.
Paradise by the Dashboard Light, 12 minutes long.
And American Pie, the long version. It's like 8 minutes long. I don't mind you coming to sing songs at my karaoke, but we're not doing albums, dear. Songs, not albums. Or they put in a long one right near the end. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to cut you off. You've become boring. Bye, Adam.
Goodbye.
Now we have another call coming via Skype. Good morning, William, in Sydney.
Hello, Chris. How's it going? A very good evening to you here from sunny Australia.
Good day, possums. How are you? Where's Dame Edna?
I am fair income. I am Bonza, and I'm loving your show.
Oh, thank you very much, William. Do you think there's a little job for me somewhere, like at the ABC, something like that?
You could always get in at the ABC.
How would I get in there? Do I just need to walk through the door or something, do I?
It's who you know. That's what it's all about. But who would be going to your karaoke? No. London would have no singers.
Well, that's right. And you are absolutely right about that, William. You just said something then. It's who you know. It is who you know. That's how you get into these things, isn't it?
It's absolutely who you know. It's about contacts and it's about perseverance, but you've got to network. All about networking.
I know. I'm a bit lazy like that, really, aren't I? I'm kind of quite happy to just sit here with my little lights on, doing my own thing, not restricted by anything at all. You know how it is, William. Now, so, William, what work are you doing at the moment? William does proper TV and radio. Oh, yes, proper TV.
I do a weekly radio show. It's music from 1960 to 1990. But I've also got a YouTube channel, and I do a lot of YouTube videos, and I travel. I'm off to China and North Korea in 2 weeks.
Now, you've already been to North Korea, haven't you?
I have. I was there in October last year. I was in South Korea 2 weeks ago, and then I'm off to North Korea via Beijing in exactly 2 weeks. I'm going to a film festival of all things.
Wow. Tell us about North Korea. Now, North Korea and South Korea, two completely different places, yes?
They couldn't be more contrasting, although when you go to them and you see the traditional costumes, they're pretty much identical. And they've got some of the old folk songs. But when you look at it modern day, like the streets, couldn't it be more different? South Korea is modern, it's bright, it's vibrant. North Korea feels very, very old-fashioned and very dated, even though it's actually pretty new, because in the Korean War, a lot of Pyongyang, the capital, was actually bombed and destroyed.
Right. Did you feel quite safe walking around in North Korea?
I have travelled to many countries, and I don't think I've ever felt as safe as I did in North Korea. You have at least two minders with you.
Right. And
they're watching your behaviour. They're telling you about things, but they're also watching you. I did get away from my minders, but there's very little crime in North Korea, because if you commit a crime there, I think you can probably guess what happens. And if it's against a foreigner, then they're very much about protecting their own face. So, very much about pride. So if a foreigner gets mugged or anything, the North Koreans would be shocked, furious.
Yes. Well, we see all these programs on the telly. We've had a couple of documentaries about North Korea. I don't know, but sometimes I watch the people making the documentaries and I think to myself, all you're interested in is pointing out the faults. You don't want to say anything else. Now, I would love to go, and I believe this about Russia as well. I don't believe Russia is all bad. I really don't. And I'm of the same opinion of North Korea and China and all these other people that certain other countries say, oh, no, very bad people there. I don't believe it. I'd like to go. I think I'd go to North Korea to experience what you had. And I quite like the idea. I mean, you haven't even got to find your way around, have you? You would just be taken round to these different places by these people that look after you. How absolutely fascinating that must be for you to...
It is surreal. For the first 3 or 4 days, I was there for 8 days. It was like I was in a dream. There's a film called The Hunger Games. I don't know if you know it, but the capital city in The Hunger Games is very much like the capital Pyongyang in North Korea. Right. But it's after the 3rd or 4th day, the novelty wears off and you start to really enjoy it. So those first probably 3 or 4 days, you're taking photos everywhere or film footage. Yeah. And every person you see feels like a novelty. And it sounds really pretentious and patronizing, but it's almost like you're in a zoo and everybody you're watching is like one of the animals in a zoo. And then, of course, you have to pinch yourself and remind yourself that these are real people. They've got that. How would you feel if you're in the street and tourists are constantly taking, you might actually enjoy it, but constantly taking photos of you? And that's what I found myself doing. And I had to pinch myself on day 3 and say, I've got to stop this because these are people minding their own business, walking in the street, and I'm just gawking at them with my camera.
Just doing their own thing. Did you go in any bars or anything like that while you were there? What is there to do at night time?
Well, this is the thing. We stayed in a hotel, and you can't really leave the hotel, but it is a huge hotel. So I did karaoke in North Korea.
All right, yeah. Is it in English?
I did karaoke. They have lots of English songs. Right. We went to lots of restaurants. The strange thing is, you go to all these restaurants, and they're empty. You're the only customers. Oh. It's really bizarre. But, to go out at night, in answer to your question, it's very limited. And there are security at the hotel. It's on an island, so you can't really leave.
Right.
In the daytime, I was with a group of 20 people. We had 2 minders. On at least 3 occasions, I was actually able to get away from my minders, and I was able to walk among the crowds. I was in a huge department store. I was able to wander around it quite freely. But yes, it is pretty controlled, but never once did I feel claustrophobic. No. I never felt that I couldn't breathe.
And lovely people?
The people, of course, there's the language barrier. So that's a big issue. Yeah. A few years ago, if you went and you tried to take a photo or something, people were very wary. They'd probably turn away from you. Now, a lot of people will wave at you. Don't get too close. A friend, somebody who's traveling with me, danced. There was this mass dance, and he danced with a woman who invited him to dance. They were dancing, and at the end of the dance, he gave her a little peck on the cheek, and she really shied away. So you can get so close, but not that close. They're still wary, but they are more, I think, curious.
Right. Oh, how fascinating. And you're going back there when?
In 2 weeks' time, I'm going to the Pyongyang International Film Festival. Now, the first ever foreign film that was shown at the festival was Bend It Like Beckham.
Oh, the football thing, yes. I never saw that.
Good film. I really enjoyed it. But no, I'm really looking forward to going back. I don't know if it'll be my last trip or not. It's a 5-day trip, but it's all about going to film sets. So it's totally different from my last trip, and I'm going to meet film directors and actors and all of that.
That's great. Well, have a wonderful time there. Now, if we want to watch your Chris. Presumably you'll be doing updates on your YouTube channel. Where can we watch that, please?
All right, type in Kensington 25, all one word, like the borough in London, Kensington 25. And you can see all my updates and other videos and interviews and all of that malarkey. And Chris, I'm loving your karaoke nights. Good. I watch so many of them, and they provide me with endless entertainment, the good, the bad, and the ugly, all in one.
Totally wonderful characters there, haven't we? Thanks ever so much for calling in. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks, Cheerio. Chris. Good luck with everything.
Bye-bye now. See you, William.
Bye.
Bye now. There's William on the line there from Sydney. And another call coming through now. Don't know who that is. Good morning. Who's on the line now? No one. They've hung up. Never mind. Unknown phone number. Hang up. Never mind. Some messages coming through, boys and girls. Layla. Hello, Layla. All right, Layla. How are you? You sang, didn't you sing for me Tuesday night? Was you, wasn't it? Well, do you want a theatre correspondent? Was going to make a Sweeney Todd reference about the cutthroat razor. Oh no, cutthroat razors. Although I will say, the best barbers that I know are Turkish, and you get the hot towel, the cutthroat razor, the whole lot. They do a damn good. Those Turkish barbers are the best. They really are. And if you're very lucky, you get a Turkish cup of tea as well, which is like a black tea, and they just put a couple of lumps of sugar in it. There's no milk in that one. Thank you, Layla. Kiki D says, today's news is Peter Sutcliffe no longer needs his treatment. Today is being moved after 3 decades from Broadmoor to prison. Oh, well, I don't think I'll be going to visit him somehow. But thank you for the news, Kiki D. As people here guessing how much Katie's teeth brushing cost. Wendy guessed 180, Tommy 300. That was 275 altogether. It was all right. William says I could be your down under correspondent. Not only that, William, but also our Asia. Is North and South Korea? Is that considered Asia or America? Not sure. But you could be our Asia correspondent, I reckon, William. See, that's more than... See, I'm giving you a bigger job than you've really got. You're Asia correspondent. Kiki D guessed £230 for the teeth cleaning. Layla reckons I should get a cat toothbrush. That's what we need. We need the cat toothbrush, so there we are. Yes, both careers are indeed Asia, and it was Layla singing on Tuesday night. I hope you saw yourself on the little video there, all right? Tommy Flynn says you need 2 minders in London these days. Well, you could be right there. Well, it depends where you go. I think probably Camden Town, Clapham High Street, very expensive in Clapham. But I don't like walking up that High Street at night. Some very dodgy people walking down there. So you're right there. 2 minders in London you need. Layla says, I always think it's not the individual people in Korea and Russia that are the problem. It's the governments and armies and people in power. Normal people are nice, but I certainly don't believe half of the stuff that we see on the telly. Certainly this, I mean, when you see, who was the guy on Newsnight? Jeremy Paxman. I really don't like that style of interviewing where you're just aggressive towards the interviewee. Although some people can carry it off, some people you can be as aggressive as you as you want to them, and they will still get only their point across. I think there's an act to doing it. I think. Claire says for people there are dental technicians who don't mess around with your teeth, but they make repair or do dentures. Yeah, you're gonna have to get that sorted. You'll have to get those teeth sorted, Adam. Oh, it must be awful not having a proper thing like that. Tommy Flynn needs a TV aerial technician. Oh, what's wrong with your TV aerial, Tommy? I do wires. I can do wires. What's wrong with it? Tell me what's happening to that. Layla says she will always be loyal to Henry Hoovers. They're the little ones, aren't they? Like little people. Little Henry Hoovers. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we like those. Ding dong time for Mary Wright. Ding dong time. Yes, it is. Claire says pet toothbrushes are in fact available. It's easier to use a piece of gauze dipped in water. Oh, yeah, just around your tooth. Yeah, actually, I was talking to my neighbour, Pearl. She's lovely. She lives just down the end. Her son cleans my windows for me. And she puts something around her finger, I know, a bit of material, toothpaste, and then simply does that. It's easy with dogs because dogs want attention all the time, don't they? They are quite happy for you to give them as much attention as is possible. But cats, oh no, put me down, meow, meow, meow. She is a lot brighter. I've got to tell you that. This morning she's a lot brighter than she has been for the last few weeks. Probably because those paws were. The claws were in her paws, weren't they? So I got those sorted for her. I think she needs to go about every 6 weeks to have those claws cut. I think I'm leaving it too late because they were digging into her little paws and the teeth. She is a lot brighter this morning, so there we are. Did you just sneeze in the frozen tissue? No, it's still here. It's still here. But I don't think anyone wants these. I was trying to think of a competition to give these away, but no one seems to want. Does anyone want my frozen tissues? My frozen, let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Oh, I've done 45 minutes. I had no intention of being here that long today. These are supposed to be 20-minute shows. It's not happening. Good morning to Keith George, who's in oh, God, I can never think of the name. So, a volcanic rocky island beginning with T. Not Torremolinos, no. Why can I never remember the name of that place? Volcanic rocky island, that's not too far away from me. Anyone? Where is he? Keith George. Good morning, Keith. Layla says her dog loves having his teeth done. Oh, bless. They do love it, don't they? They love the attention, dogs. Good. Now, what else have we got here? Let's read one of Johnny Key's stories. Oh, I know what I wanted to read you. I spotted this yesterday. Keith, where are you again? I know it begins with T. I can never remember where you are. I don't know why that is. It's madness. Let's just do a refresh, see if he's answered yet. One moment, please. Trying to connect you. Thank you, Tenerife. I'm sorry, Keith. Tenerife, that's it. Tenerife, I can never, ever remember for some reason where you are. Now, I can hear clicking. Did you hear clicking then? Did you hear clicking? Now, look at this. Have you got your suntan lotion yet, boys and girls? You won't believe this. You will not believe this. KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Is it not? Why is it called? Is it still Kentucky Fried Chicken? Or did someone do a copyright? Oh, honestly, it's just a name in it. KFC, listen, have launched a specially scented extra crispy sunscreen. I'm serious. Perfect for chicken-loving sunbathers. Now, this was in The Sun yesterday. It may not make much sense, but it's the same fast food chain that successfully released chicken-flavoured nail polish in Asia earlier this summer. So we're kind of thinking, why not at this stage? And here's a picture of it here, look. Look at this. KFC Extra Crispy Sunscreen. SPF 30. Following the nail polish launch, it seems KFC's ambitions know no bounds, so this week they released 3,000 bottles of Colonel Sanders Extra Crispy Sunscreen, which boasts a sun factor protection thing of 30 and the sweet, sweet smell of fried chicken. I can't think of anything more vile. Can you? Imagine that. Can you just imagine that now? Just imagine. You can smell like fried chicken by the beach, by the pool, wherever it takes your fancy. A KFC spokesman told Fortune, "We had a lot of fun with our extra crispy Colonel campaign this summer, and the sunscreen ideas seem like a natural fit. Our chicken is hand-breaded and freshly prepared in all our kitchens, all day, every day, which makes the smell in our restaurants unparalleled." Now, I can't lie to you. As a vegetarian, I don't eat chicken, but I can't lie to you. Sometimes when you're going past these, we've got one near me, actually, one of those drive-through Kentucky places, and it does smell nice as you're going past it, that smell. And I don't think it's the chicken that smells nice. I think it's the crispy stuff that they make it in. I mean, why can't they just sell that? Why do we have to have a bit of dead animal wrapped around in this delicious crispy stuff? Why can't we do away with the dead animal and just have the crispy? It's like fish in batter. Can't we just have the bit of fried batter? Why do we have to have the fish inside it as well? But there you are. So I don't know if any of you would be going out to purchase any of that, boys and girls. I just don't know the idea. You're walking on the beach, in the sand dunes perhaps, in Gran Canaria, or on the rocks in Tenerife where Keith George lives, international performing artiste, ex-radio presenter. He wasn't sacked, he left. He got bored with it, didn't you, Keith? I do that. If I get bored with a job, I'm off, that's it. What's the point in staying? No point in staying. Off! Too busy, dear. Too busy to worry about that. But can you just imagine walking past something and you're looking around, is someone eating chicken round it? Oh, it must be awful. Why would anyone want to wear KFC sunscreen? Please! I mean, get something like a peach flavour or passion fruit or even orange. Not lemon, because you'll smell like a kitchen floor, wouldn't you? If you start putting lemon stuff on, you will smell like a kitchen floor. Not my kitchen floor, because I've got the Lenor. What is it? I've got the Flash with Febreze. Oh yes, lovely. And if the cat has a little accident on the floor, then I get my Febreze thing out. So there we are. Kiki D reckons that's really gross. I think it's gross as well. I mean, it must be absolutely disgusting to walk around smelling like chicken. Layla says you might end up frying up and turning into a bargain bucket yourself. Yeah? What are they? Idiots, aren't they? Have you seen these people from this country, from the UK? How stupid can you be? So in the middle of winter, right, when we've had no sun and they're as white as a sheet from this... Pasty. My black friend Charlotte says we look pasty to her. I am Pasty Chris in the winter. She calls me Pasty Chris in the winter. And when they go on holiday, within hours of arriving, they throw off all their clothes and they're on that beach. Oh, why have I got sunburnt? I wonder why. Why have I got sunburnt? You've got to acclimatise to it. So they go and buy some KFC stuff, and they will indeed, as Layla says, turn into a bargain bucket. I mean, how many of you could you get in a bargain bucket? That's the question. I mean, you get several of me in there, or only one of my sister. That's the way it is. Who wants to smell like chicken? Vile, vile. Okay, we're nearly out of time, boys and girls. Good morning to Brian, you're very late, Brian. You're joining us late, dear. Come on. Chop, chop, dear. Chop, chop. Let me do today's birthdays. I had so much more. Let me tell you this. Is the Wowcher. I mentioned this at the beginning of the show, right? Now, Wowcher. This is www.wowcher. WOWCHER.co.uk. Now, this is a site I've mentioned before, and you get all sorts of offers on it. Okay? Caravan offers. You want to go on holiday offers. Or on this morning's one, we've got a Segway experience for 1, 2 or 4 people from £19. Usual price £34. We've got a 4D, I don't know what this is, a 4DE PDO lift for eyebrows or full face in Harley Street. Usual price £1,500. Today's price £489. These are like vouchers. Or you can have... now this is good. A classic London open-top bus tour, right? Usual price £12. Price on Wowcher £7. So it's a good thing to sign up for. Sign up to it. I don't think you'll be disappointed if you sign up to that one. Okay, Wowcher, WOWCHER.co.uk. Well, on this morning's Wowcher is this one, right? A DNA population match test. Any idea? No, me neither. I thought, what on earth is that they're selling? Anyway, usual price, £199. Wowcher price, gring, £79. Highlights. So it uncovers your ancestry with the help of a DNA population match test. You take a DNA sample at home using a cheek swab kit. That's that thing, inside your cheek, swab kit and send it off. The DNA will be profiled to reveal contributions from your ancestors. DNA will be compared to over 1,200 population groups in 32 regions. Results include a DNA profile and native population match result, plus country list and colour maps. 79 quid. See, I'd be scared of that. I don't know. Now, obviously, I haven't done anything wrong in my life, but I'm just. I mean, they probably have got DNA of us, of all of us. Whenever you go to the doctors, maybe they take a bit of blood, or you go to the dentist. How do you know the dentist isn't scraping a little bit out of your mouth, putting it in a little petri dish and sending it off so that someone's got your DNA? So if ever you're a naughty person, you go around and axe murdered someone, they just look at, oh yeah, that matches him, and that's it. You're in prison, mate. So I don't like the idea of sending off my DNA left, right, and centre. It's outrageous. Now, I'll do some more messages in a minute. And we must do the birthdays now because we're running out of time. Where's my birthday list? Here it is. Oh, there we are. Birthday list coming out. Here come the birthdays today, boys and girls. Happy birthday today to General Manager of Central Station, Keith Glassey. He's the one who had the TV fall down on his head the other day. Big TV fell down on his head. Bang. Don't stand under a TV then, Keith. I mean, you must have known it was there. I keep saying this, boys and girls. If you're in a nightclub or pub somewhere, never, ever stand under a speaker or a light. They're not checked. No one goes around and, oh, let's just check that screw. It's never done. Never, ever done. Don't stand under anything. Happy birthday, Keith. Oh, look, you're hiding your age. Fortunately, someone told me you were 51 last week. So happy birthday, Keith. Happy birthday to lovely Nina Trehn Khanna. I recognise you, my darling. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Paul Wright. Happy birthday to Marie Dyer-Campbell, also known as the lovely Angie, who I haven't seen for ages. She was a karaoke singer as well. Used to come around to Belushi's a lot. Happy birthday, Marie. Happy birthday today to Paul Smith, 35 years old tonight. Happy birthday, sir. Richard Taylor. I don't know if you've just lost someone, so my condolences to you. I see the flowers picture on your Facebook of the garden. So happy birthday today to Richard, 57 tonight. Oh, at last. Someone who's older than me at last. Happy birthday to our good friend Dean Rodgers. Black cap customer for many years. Now and again he pops in the two brewers as well. Happy birthday, Dean. And happy birthday to very talented singer Jack John Kirby. It's his birthday today as well. Happy birthday, Jack. I haven't seen you for a while. Do pop in, dear, and come and sing at one of my little karaoke. I know you're better than... You're probably... Oh, I'm a professional singer now. Yeah, but you can come and entertain us at the karaoke, can't you, my darling? Happy birthday. Oh! Wrong tune. My God, a mistake has been made. I did have a list of all the other people that I wanted to be correspondents, but we've run out of time, dear. We must do the happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, lovely people. Happy birthday to you. All right? Have a lovely birthday, you lot. You know you want to have a nice birthday. You get a nice cake or something like that. All right, gang. Final lot of messages. Then we're going to disappear today. Layla says, if we did that in theatre, we'd be in so much trouble. Yeah, I'm sure you would. Everything is electrically tested and has clamps and safety chains, and all the bars and clamps have to be rated to a certain weight. Maybe that is the case where you are. I'm sure theatres are probably quite safe, but certainly nightclubs and pubs, no. I've never ever seen anyone going around checking screws in walls. I have seen with my own eyes a speaker fall off a wall many years ago at the Long Island Tea Shop. It's gone now. I saw a speaker fall. There was no one underneath. They'd be dead. And I've also seen a mirror ball fall down. Can't remember where that was now. A mirror. Oh, what? That happened to Boy George, didn't it? Don't know if you remember that. Years ago, he was on a stage somewhere and a mirror ball simply fell down. Just missing his head. Good morning to Joey this morning. You're a bit late this morning, Joey. Do try and keep up with the rest of us, dear. Layla says, I think it's to see where the World Heritage is. Yeah, the DNA tested thing. And it's always surprising how mixed people... Oh, I've been very mixed up for years, Layla, to be honest. Very, very mixed up, my darling. Anyway, that's it today. Thank you very much for joining me, boys and girls. If you've been watching us live, then I hope you enjoyed the show. The show now goes up as a recording, okay? But it doesn't go up immediately. I actually have to record it on two things. There's one camera that does the live and there's one that does the recording directly underneath it. Okay, so the live one, although recorded at Facebook, for some reason the synchronization after it's finished live goes out. So my mouth is moving and the sound is coming at a different time. I'm trying to sort that out. But until then, what happens now is it disappears off Facebook and reappears in about an hour's time when I send it up from the other camera. Okay? Have a lovely day, boys and girls, on this Thursday. Do try and get out in the sunshine and stop watching your computers. Thanks for watching and listening. Cheerio now. Bye-bye.